Students, today we are going to solve third illustration. First, I will read the question. Journalize the following transactions in the books of Rajkumar grocery seller. Now here the name of the businessman is given. So you need to give the title in the beginning of the journal. So first you have to write in the books of Rajkumar grocery seller journal. Then these columns you have to draw, that is the date column, particulars, LF, that is ledger folio, debit amount and credit amount. After that we have to write the date of the first transaction from the question in the date column. So let us read the first transaction. 1st April, Rajkumar started business with cash rupees 2 lakhs, building rupees 2 lakhs and borrowed loan from Rakesh rupees 50,000. So in this transaction you can make out that cash and building both are the assets. So he has invested in these assets, that is in building he has invested rupees 2 lakhs and he has brought the cash of rupees 2 lakhs in the business. Also he has borrowed loan from Rakesh. So something that is borrowed is a liability for which he is going to pay in the future. So liabilities always have the credit balance, so you have to remember that. So we are going to pass the combined journal entry for this. Cash comes in the business, building comes in the business, that is why both are debited, and this money he has invested from his personal asset, so he is the giver. So the journal entry is cash account debit, building account debit to capital account 4 lakhs to Rakesh loan account because it is a liability 50,000. Now students, in the question it is given the amount for cash is only rupees 2 lakhs, but in the journal entry the amount for cash is rupees 2 lakhs 50,000 because this cash also includes the cash came in the business when the loan was borrowed from Rakesh rupees 50,000. That is why our total cash is the cash invested by Rajkumar 2 lakhs plus the cash came in the business because of the loan borrowed from Rakesh, that is rupees 50,000. So the total cash is rupees 2 lakhs 50,000. So this is the combined journal entry. So the cash account is debited for rupees 2 lakhs 50,000, building account is debited for rupees 2 lakhs. Then they have not mentioned about the capital, how much is the capital that we have to calculate. So the total amount which is invested in the business is 4 lakhs 50,000. Out of that 50,000 is the loan borrowed, so it is a liability. That is why Rajkumar has invested rupees 4 lakhs from his capital. So to capital account rupees 4 lakhs, then the narration is written. Next, deposited cash into Dena Bank rupees 50,000. Students, you have to remember that whenever the cash is deposited in the bank, bank receives the cash. Bank is the receiver. So in the journal entry, bank account is debited. While when we deposit cash into the bank, cash goes out from the business. So cash account is credited. Date is written in the date column, then Dena Bank account debit because bank is the receiver, to cash account because cash goes out of the business. Then you have to write the narration. Don't forget to write the narration. 7th April, purchased computer from Brijesh of rupees 30,000 at 18% GST and paid by check. The cost of the computer is rupees 30,000. On that the businessman Rajkumar has to pay 18% GST. So 18% of 30,000 you have to calculate. The calculation is given on the last page under explanatory note. Transaction on 7th April, cost of the computer 30,000. Of that 18% you have to calculate, and you have to divide that into central GST and state GST. So the journal entry will be recorded in the journal, that is computer account debit rupees 30,000, because computer comes in the business, we have to debit computer account. Then GST is an expenditure, so that is why expenses and losses are debited. So 18% is divided into central GST and state GST. Whenever the businessman is paying for the GST, you have to write input of CGST and input of HGST account debited. Now since he has paid the amount by check, we have to credit Dena Bank account, because Dena Bank will pay on behalf of Rajkumar. So bank is the giver and the total amount is written here. This is the total of these three amounts: 30,000 plus 2,700 plus 2,700. That comes to 35,400. Next, 10th April, cash sales rupees 90,000. The meaning of this transaction is goods sold for cash. It is a cash transaction. When the goods are sold for cash, cash comes in the business. So cash account is to be debited, while sales is the revenue. So sales account is credited. Here cash account is debit 90,000 to sales account. 90,000 is written in the credit amount column, being goods sold for cash. Then 12th April, goods sold on credit to Ganesh rupees 10,000 at 5% trade discount. Students, you all know that trade discount is only deducted from the list price. It is not recorded in the books of accounts. So we have to take 5% of 10,000. That comes to rupees 500. That we have to subtract from rupees 10,000. So the total amount of goods will be 9,500. It will be given under the note. Okay, here they have not given the note anyway, but I can explain you orally that goods of rupees 10,000 are sold on credit to Ganesh, and on that 5% trade discount is to be calculated. So we have to take 5% of rupees 10,000, that comes to rupees 500. So 500 is the trade discount which we have to subtract from this 10,000. So 10,000 minus 500 will be 9,500. Now this is a credit transaction. Here cash is not exchanged. So Ganesh becomes the debtor. He is going to pay for the goods in the future. So Ganesh is the debtor. He is the receiver of the goods. So that is why his account is to be debited. So here Ganesh account debit 9,500 to sales, because sales is the revenue and we have to credit incomes and gains and revenues of the business. So the sales account is credited. Into bracket we have to write the narration. Next, 15th April, Ganesh return goods of rupees 950. Now these goods are returned by Ganesh. So goods come in the business. Now you have to remember that goods were sold to Ganesh. From that goods of rupees 950 he has returned again. So goods come in the business. When these goods are returned from the sales, it is called sales return or return inward, because these goods they come in the business. So return inward account debit or sales return account debit 950. and Ganesh is the giver of the goods, so Ganesh account is credited. Next, 18th April, goods taken by Rajkumar for his personal use rupees 1000. Whenever you will see the word personal use, it is called drawings. Now these goods are not for the business use, they are for the personal use. So that is why drawings account is debited. And when the goods are taken from the business, goods go out of the business. So we have to credit goods account or the purchases account. So here drawings account is debited 1000 to goods withdrawn by the proprietor 1000. Next, 20th April, paid telephone charges rupees 500 and taxi fare rupees 200. Now this is the payment made, so it is an expenditure and we have to debit expenses and losses account. Now two expenditures are paid, that is telephone charges and taxi fare. So we have to debit telephone charges account and also we have to debit taxi fare account. And the total cash of rupees 700 goes out of the business, that is 500 for telephone charges and 200 for taxi fare. So we can pass combine entry here. Telephone charges account debit rupees 500, then conveyance account, that is transport or travelling 200 to cash account 700. Then next, 22nd April, paid transport charges rupees 5000 at 5% GST. Now whenever the payment is made by the businessman, GST becomes the expenditure for him. Now transport charges also a nominal account, it is also an expenditure, so we have to debit transport account, transport charges account in the journal entry. So here the journal entry is passed, transport charges account debit 5000, then input CGST, that is central GST and state GST. So 5% amount of rupees 5000 we have to take. So 5% of 5000 is rupees 250, which is equally divided into central GST and state GST, and it is debited because it is an expenditure for the businessman. So total cash of rupees 5250 goes out of the business, so that is why cash account is credited. Then next, 24th April, paid audit fees rupees 5000 by check. Now whenever there is a payment, it means it is an expenditure. So audit fees is an expenditure, we have to debit audit fees account. Since the check is paid, we have to credit Dena Bank account. So the journal entry is recorded here. 24th April, audit fees account debit to Dena Bank account because the check is paid. So bank becomes the giver. Then 26th April, purchase furniture of rupees 70,000 and amount paid by check at the rate of 12% GST. Now the cost of the furniture is rupees 70,000. On that we have to calculate 12% GST, and then the amount of GST is divided into central and state GST. So first we have to calculate 12% of 70,000, that comes to 8,400. Now when the furniture is purchased, furniture comes in the business. So furniture account is to be debited for rupees 70,000. Then the 12% GST comes to 8,400, which is divided equally in central and state GST, and it is debited because it is an expenditure. So in the journal entry, 26th April, furniture account debit because furniture comes in the business, Then 8,400 is divided into central and state GST equally. So the total cash paid by Dena Bank, because the check is paid 78,400, that is the total of these three amounts, 70,000 plus 4,200 plus 4,200. Then 20th April, sold motor car worth rupees 1 lakh at 18% GST and sales proceeds credited to our account. Now motor car is sold, it means motor car goes out of the business. So we need to credit motor car account in the journal entry. So here it is given, motor car account is credited for rupees 1 lakh. Now you have to remember that whenever anything is purchased, GST is debited. So whenever anything is sold, GST is credited and it is called output CGST and output HGST. Now 18% GST is calculated on the cost of the motor car, that is rupees 1 lakh. 18% of rupees 1 lakh comes to rupees 18,000, which is divided equally in central and state GST. And since the amount is paid, amount is received in our account, we have to debit Dena Bank account, because Dena Bank will be the receiver. So the journal entry is Dena Bank account debit to motor car account, because car goes out of the business, and this money of central GST and state GST will be paid to the government. Then the last transaction, paid cash to Kavita rupees 15,500, who allowed us discount of rupees 500. Now here it is given paid cash to Kavita. So Kavita is the receiver of the cash. She received 15,500 cash, but she also allowed us a discount of rupees 500. When discount is allowed to us or to the businessman, it is called discount received. It is the gain for the business. So our journal entry will be recorded in this manner. Kavita's account debit rupees 16,000, though it is given that 15,500 is paid to Kavita, but Kavita is the receiver. So 16,000 is recorded here because she may be the supplier and her account was credited for rupees 16,000 due to the previous transaction. But since she has allowed us a discount of rupees 500, we have to credit discount received account because it is the gain for the business, and we have to credit cash account because cash of rupees 15,500 goes out of the business. And you all know that the total of the debit aspect and the total of the credit aspect of the transaction should be equal. So we are crediting two accounts, cash account and discount received account, and the total is 16,000. So Kavita's account is debited for rupees 16,000. Then we have to take the total of the debit column and credit column, it should be equal.